Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about the basic setup you need for your business. And this is going to be on the tech side of things. This is not about what should you sell, who should you sell it to, how do we determine the price, anything like that. That is a totally separate video. We're going to be talking about how do you get set up from a tech standpoint. The very basic first two things you need to do. So that is get a domain and a professional email address. Now, if you have already done those things, then you can skip ahead to the next video. You can check those off your list. You're good to go. But let me take a minute to explain exactly what it is, why we need them, and then I'm going to show you step by step exactly how to do it. Sound good? So first off, what is a domain? A domain is simply just your internet address, right? So when we have the www.yourbusinessname.com, that is your domain, okay? It very simply is just where people can find you on the internet. It's what you would type in to go to a business that you frequent, right? Whatever their website address is, that is your domain, okay? So that's going to be the first thing I show you exactly how to set up. The second thing is a professional email address. Now, if you have an email address, even if you created a second one that is at Gmail or at Yahoo or at Outlook, even if you said Amanda's Business Coaching at Gmail or remodeling your home at yahoo.com, even if you create a secondary free email account, those are not a professional email address. You need to go in and create a professional email address. So let me go over a couple of reasons why. First, it looks better. You look like you're taking your business more seriously. It looks more professional when people email you. So I think that it's obvious, it's a better thing, just like people look at you like you're taking your business really seriously. The second reason, and maybe one of the most important reasons, is simply that Google and Yahoo specifically, which is a lot of what people's personal email addresses are saying that if you don't have a professional email address, they're going to send you directly to spam. So when you're trying to email people, when you're trying to do email marketing and all these sorts of things to grow your business, you're going to automatically go to the spam or promotions folder. And we don't want to do that. If you're going to take the time to send an email, we want people to be able to read it, right? So we need to figure out how to set up that professional email address so you can stay out of spam. And the third reason is when we go to set up our email marketing software and the other things that we're going to need to grow our business, it's going to be required now that you have a professional email address, okay? So I'm going to show you those two things, how to set up a domain and how to set up your professional email address today. So let me take a minute to share my screen here. I'm going to show you the softwares that I know, love, and recommend to my clients and my customers. So we are going to start here with GoDaddy, and you'll find the links below in exactly where you can find this, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is go here, and if you do not already have a GoDaddy account, you're going to create an account. Well, I have been using GoDaddy for a long time, so I'm going to go ahead and just sign in. But you can create your account. It doesn't cost anything to create your account, so you're going to go ahead and get your account and sign into your account. This is where we're going to be able to buy our domain. That's the first step in getting all of this set up, is being able to buy our domain. So we are going to go, and we don't need any of the other stuff. We're just going to go to domains. Okay. So under this get your domain, you are going to type in what you want your domain to be. And I'm going to get a new domain with you guys while we walk through this. So I'm going to try this. I want my domain to be jointhemob.com. Now, we are not going to buy that, guys. So this means somebody else already owns it. So It will give you some other suggestions that if you like any of them, you can choose from one of those. But since we don't like that, you may have to go through a few different searches until you find a domain that's available. Because remember, this is like your internet address. Only one person can have it. We can get momownedbusinesses.com. We are now going to click make it yours. Now, here's the thing, guys. It's going to try to sell you a bunch of other things. We don't need all of these other things. And we are not going to set up our professional email through here. And I'm going to show you why in just a minute. Okay. I am just going to register it for 1 year. And you see, it's going to be $11.99. So I'm ready to pay. I'm going to go ahead and put in my payment information. So that was that. We now have our domain. Okay. I want you to make sure you know exactly what your domain is. Okay. Because our next step is we're going to go get a professional email address. So I just got my domain. Now we're going to go to the next link, which is Google Workspace. Google Workspace is a place where you can get a professional email address. And so if you are familiar with Gmail at all, it's going to look a lot like your Gmail account. We have a link for you to use to get your Google Workspace account. So go ahead and use that link, and then you're going to go ahead and choose a plan. You can choose the starter plan, the standard plan, whatever you want. Most people can get away with just using the business starter plan. We are going to go ahead and get signed up there. We are going to put in the name of our business. We are going to say how many employees, and then we're going to click next. You're going to put in your name, your current email address. This will help you be able to create another one. We are going to create an existing, and we're going to set up our existing domain. We just bought a domain, remember? So we're going to go ahead and use that domain. Put in your domain and click next. What do you want your email address to be? I want mine to be Amanda@momownedbusinesses.com. And then what is your password going to be? Put that in. Click that you're not a robot and click agree and continue. Wait for Google to do its thing because we have one last step we're going to have to do in order to get our email address active, okay? Okay, so it's $7.20 a month, guys. That's all. We're going to go ahead and click try free for 14 days because why not? And then I am going to put in my credit card information again. We're going to do that and click agree and continue. Again, we don't need the business add-ons. Just click skip. We just got set up with our domain and our professional email address for less than $20, guys. This doesn't have to cost a lot for you to get set up. We need to complete a couple of steps, and this is what I want to show you. It's going to guide us step by step to what we need to do. So we have to show that we own this email, this domain. Okay, so we have to protect our domain is what they're calling it. We have to open up a new thing. We are not using Squarespace, guys, so don't think about this. Click open generic instructions. It's going to give us the information we need to get this connected. So it says we have to go to where we bought our domain. It says who is our registrar. That's GoDaddy. It's just the place where we bought our domain, okay? And then it says we need to go to our DNS records. You guys don't get worried about this. Don't get upset. Like, don't freak out. Just simply go to your domain and then click Manage DNS back inside of GoDaddy, right? So you left your GoDaddy tab open. Go back to GoDaddy and click on DNS. Now, we're going to go back to our Google account, okay, and say go to step 2. We're going to copy this, and it says it wants us to add a TXT record. Okay, again, don't worry about this. We're going to go back to GoDaddy. Click Add New Record. It says what type? it's TXT, okay? So now it's going to tell us enter an @ symbol in the field named host, host name, or alias. So that is this first symbol, okay? Then we're going to paste what we had said in there. We already copied this. We're just going to paste it into the value and then click save. There we go. Now, we're going to click protect domain. This might take a minute or two for it to verify that record, okay? So it's just talking to GoDaddy right now, basically, and saying that you actually own that domain. We're gonna wait a minute here. Then as soon as it's verified, I'm gonna show you the last couple of steps. And we're back. Look, great job. Mom-owned business is protected. So that means it verified with GoDaddy that we bought that domain. It means nobody else can actually work on it, right? We don't need any more email addresses right now. So we're just going to go ahead and click continue. Okay, so now we're going to activate it. We've already added any new users. If you have a team and you want other people to have an email address, then you would have done that in that last step. So we say we're ready to activate Gmail. Again, we're going to have to go back into our DNS records, okay? So we want the generic steps again. So we're going to go add a few more records. We're going to copy that. And so we're going to go back into where we can add a new record. And this time it's telling us to choose an MX record. Just select it from the drop down, guys. Don't worry about it. And then our priority is 1. The value is what we copied. We're going to again put an @ in our name field, okay? And click save. See guys, updating these records isn't as scary as it seems. And then we're going to go back here and click activate Gmail. Again, it's going to verify it. This can take a few minutes. So we're going to go ahead and let Google do its thing to verify that we have done that. It's going to talk to GoDaddy again, and we're going to get that verification. And there we go. It's done. It's verified. We are ready to go. We're just going to click finish. It's going to still do its thing to get it all set up for you. When you now go to gmail.com, once this finishes, you can just go to gmail.com and you're going to sign in with your name and password, with your username and password. So your new email address, amanda@momownedbusinesses.com, or whatever you selected as your new email address, you're going to go ahead and sign in with that and your password. And you now have a professional business email set up. Our next steps that we're going to talk about in the next video is how to get that domain added so you can get a website, you can get any sort of information like landing pages and things like that we need to be able to collect people's information and get set up so you can start sending automatic emails to start creating sales in your business. If you are a part of our Mob Bosses program, now, if you're watching this in our Mom-Owned Businesses free group or on YouTube or anywhere else, then there's a link down below where you can sign up for our Mob Bosses Premium program. Within that, you not only get support for all of your questions, daily Q&A support, free trainings, all sorts of things that we give you to help you grow your business, but we're giving you access to our toolkit, which is an all-in-one marketing platform. It will allow you to use this domain and email that you just set up to create your website, create any funnel you want, do social media planning, bring in all your social media account, automatic post scheduling. It also allows you to do email marketing. So with our next video, if you are in the Mob Bosses group, the next video after this video is going to be how to set it up. If you're in our free group, there's going to be a link where you can go join the Mob Bosses, get access to that for free, and be able to set it up. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Congrats, you now have a domain and a professional email address. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.